voice for dancehall entertainer VYBZ KARTEL today urged the Court of Appeal to free him.
Wagwan viewers and subscribers, I come to you with another dancehall update on what's happening in VYBZ KARTEL appeal. Today is day 3 of the appeal. We are going to talk about day 2 at the end of the video, so please stick around for that. But we are going to cover day 3 right now. VYBZ KARTEL's lawyer Valerie Nita Roberts told the court today that VYBZ KARTEL was not on the scene where Clive Lizard Williams was allegedly killed. He was at the hospital and they have the records to prove it. Remember back in 2014 during the trial, the prosecution's key witness, Chow, said that he went to VYBZ KARTEL's house on the night Clive Lizard Williams was murdered. He said that when he arrived at the premises, KARTEL's pitbull went for him and KARTEL intervened and prevented it, which resulted in KARTEL getting a bite from his own dog. Chow, who is the key witness, then assisted KARTEL to the Andrews Memorial Hospital where KARTEL got treated. Now the reason why I'm telling you this, the time doesn't add up. Nothing not add up. Clive Lizard Williams was killed around 8 p.m. The witness said he took VYBZ KARTEL to the hospital at about 9 p.m. and they stayed at the hospital for about half an hour or 20 minutes. But the hospital record proved that VYBZ KARTEL was there at 7:48 p.m.
The evidence of the police officer is that the cell site demonstrated that Mr. Palmer was at Havendale at 7:52. But the hospital records show that he was at Andrews Memorial Hospital at 7:48. So he could not be, the time span is too narrow for him to have been literally in these two places at one time.
And the cell site evidence is a means of getting the geographical location for a phone when a call or a SMS is sent or received. Just for keep on track and make on understand, VYBZ KARTEL cannot be in two places at the same time. So if the phone there Avondale and the cell site evidence say, yeah, it did there Avondale at 7:52, well, VYBZ KARTEL was at the hospital and the records there for prove that. Mrs. Nita Roberts also argued that it caused her to question a number of things, like the credibility of the prosecutor's key witness. Is he a real witness or is a false witness? Because his stories just don't add up. May I play a next small clip of TVJ News so we can talk about the mentioning of a retrial.
The issue of a retrial also came up today. KARTEL's lawyer urged the court to quash the conviction and not to order a new trial. She pointed to what she called the overwhelming number of deficiencies raised about the trial, like prosecutorial misconduct, breaches of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, inclusion of inadmissible evidence, and a rush to justice.
Just the mentioning of a retrial shows the defects in the case and why it should be thrown out. Why give the prosecutors and everybody another chance to formulate either a better story or whatever, fix all of the mistakes where they make and come back at KARTEL again? No, just dash with a case there, too much flaws. A retrial wouldn't even come like a retrial or a fair trial because the police them done slander VYBZ KARTEL name into the media and make him look away. So anybody for come up as jury for the jury service, them are gonna just have those things in them head same way, no matter if the evidence is there to prove them wrong.
Oh, we are saying that it's so bad. It's so bad that you ought not to give the prosecution an opportunity to fix those things that have gone bad already.
Exactly, it has gone so bad. Why give them the chance to fix it? That's like giving a child a test with all the answers and telling him have 1 month for bringing back the papers. Of course, him going to score a perfect 100. And not only that, but the witness isn't credible anymore. If you find out the witness is lying, why still listen to him? Why take him words as evidence?
KARTEL's lawyers also took issue with police statements and media reports during his murder trial and how the matter was dealt with by the trial judge. In February 2014, defense lawyers had raised concerns about a statement released by the police's communications unit, which was carried by the media, referring to the attempted bombing of a policeman's house. That release said that the policeman is a witness in a high-profile case now before the courts. Mrs. Nita Robertson said because this information was given to the media by senior police and given their position in society was likely to have far-reaching prejudicial effect than an article written by someone outside of the police force. She said the trial judge dealt with the issue of adverse publicity in a very flippant way.
And that's the next thing to people. I don't want to make the video too long because we still have to talk about what happened on day 2. So we are just wrap up this quick. But even the police officers them make certain statements back in 2014. If a normal man like me for come on the internet or in the media and say, hey, VYBZ Kartel do this and him is a bad guy and whatever. It now gonna have such a far reaching, even though I might have a platform. But when a police officer say it, it gonna have more of a far reaching than somebody out of the police force. So Thursday we'll hear more from the lawyers, and Friday it's expected that the prosecutor will answer to the arguments. And now we are talking about what happened on day 2. I did the video yesterday but never get for upload it, so I'm gonna put the video right here, right now.
The judge said, again now, Madam Foreman and your members, those are not two very soft guys. These are men who lock guns.
Now for start the review, this is day 2 of the appeal. We talk about day 1 with the text messages and the prosecutorial misconduct. But day 2, TVJ News was there again getting coverage from the lawyers and what's happening in the court, and we are going to jump to that. Just a small clip, may I break it up and then come back to you.
What he did was to give one side a one-sided view that really put the appellants in a negative light when there was no evidential basis to do it. So one of the complaints is that these negative directions were left with the jury, and so they would have put the appellant Palmer in a particular light, which was negative.
This is rather sad. A judge is supposed to be fair, not biased. And the judge made a mistake in his summation that Valerie Nita Robertson called unjustified, improper and prejudicial comments and omissions pertaining to different aspects of the evidence. At different points, the judge misquoted the evidence and made palpably biased comments, all which were fatal to the possibility of a fair trial. And the reason why Mrs. Nita Robertson uses the word palpably is to show how noticeable and how clear the trial judge bias comments were, that the jury can easily absorb the negative light that the judge convey on VYBZ Kartel. So what the judge attempted is to get into the minds of the jury to give them a sense of how dangerous these men are, how dangerous the appellants are. To show you what I mean, this is what the judge said. Again now, Madam Foreman and your members, those are not two very soft guys. These are men who lock guns. In fact, on the very night of the incident, on the 16th, the evidence is that a gun was brought to show the prosecution's main witness to lock. So these men, you would think, wouldn't buckle readily. They wouldn't get frightened just so. But they were telling you here, we were scared, knowing the situation we were into.
Mrs. Nita Robertson also raised concerns about what she called amplified imaginative storytelling language by the trial judge in his summation. The judge said, the next point that the prosecution is relying on is that Shaw was brought back by Palmer and Sean Campbell into the area where they had been before, and there they saw Lizard lying motionless on the ground with Andre St. John and Kahira Jones and another man over him. Imagine that. That phrase, imagine that, the defense views as problematic.
So what the judge did was open up the minds of the jury and put them on the spot to show them how dangerous and heartless these men are. Also put them in the shoes of the main witness Cho to see how traumatized he must feel to be in the presence of a lifeless body and surrounded by the men who committed the act. And that is just stupid. The judge is biased. The judge already sees VYBZ Kartel and the co-accused guilty without no evidence.
He is saying to the jury, well, this seems to be some fantastic thing the defense has come upon.
This judge is very unprofessional. Him not treat the evidence as such. I may give an example on why I must say so. The judge more lean to the main witness side of the story. So even if the main witness say, yes, Your Honor, I was there when Kartel them did I do that to Lizard. I was there on the spot. And then the defense team come with feed them evidence and prove say, hey, he wasn't there at that location. He was actually in scent catching. The judge not business about that. The judge can say, and then portray the witness's story to the jury without giving them the facts along with it. Basically, the judge just choose his side, and that's why Valerie Nita Robertson said the judge is biased. Even if VYBZ Kartel was charged for writing on a piece of paper with a crayon, and the witness came and said, yes, Your Honor, I saw when VYBZ Kartel wrote on that paper with a red crayon. And the evidence is there to prove that the paper was actually written on with a yellow crayon. The judge will still take the side of the witness and find VYBZ Kartel guilty. Why? Because him a Vybz Kartel. So why I say this, my viewers and subscribers, is for sure I wanna say a biased judge already chose him side. So in a Vybz Kartel trial, no matter how much evidence was there for prove him innocence, him guilty in the eyes of the biased judge. So when a judge for say, imagine that, what? Him kill the man for true? Imagine that him bring you go look back upon the lifeless body? Imagine that, eh? That just show your belief in the story without evidence, and it a contaminate the mind of the jury while painting a negative light on Vybz Kartel and the co-accused, and it instill in the jury mind, in the people mind, the media, say them man are guilty before the case even start. And I don't think this was unintentional, I think it was strategically done because the jury is very important. So it best you put all the negative of the person and child in the minds of the jury from early. And you know, say you have to come out with a unanimous guilty. That's what them do Vybz Kartel. Imagine if all me did the trial and the prosecutor all say, yes, Your Honor, and he fired some shots. And then the judge say, imagine how him did a bust it up. That alone would have make the jury come out and say, hey, him guilty, you know, because the judge put the image in their mind. And that's what I say, but I'm not even going to talk on this no longer. I want to know the thing, I'm just want to go and update, yeah, man tough.